projected negative $55 million in salary cap, a new quarterback that's like Will Levis on steroids, and a bunch of aging superstars, the New Orleans Saints are in shambles. And there's only one man that can fix this franchise, as this rebuild doesn't end until we bring the Saints a championship. But this isn't gonna be your normal rebuild. Oh no, because with this team being so bad, so old, and so broke, we're not gonna be signing any free agents in the offseason. We're gonna blow this squad up and tank and completely build this team through the NFL draft. So please wish me luck, send me your prayers, because we're gonna need all of it. So with Derek Carr's recent retirement, we're gonna be going into the season with second-round pick Tyler Shuck as our starting quarterback. Let's be real, dude. He's 25. He's a 69 overall. He's not the future of this franchise. So like no matter what we do, I feel like this season we are going to be absolutely terrible. So why not tank? There are players like Alvin Kamara, who has been the face of this franchise the last 3, 4, 5 seasons, but he's 30 years old. He's gonna get worse and worse every season. We're not gonna be competing this year. But I think what I'm gonna do here is get rid of our old aging assets that still have some value and try to get as many draft picks as humanly possible. I want to stockpile as many picks as we can, because honestly, I don't expect for this team to be competing for at least the next 2 years. Like maybe by year 3 we can get some action going. This first preseason, all we're gonna be doing is really making our team worse. Alvin Kamara, Demario Davis, and the Honey Badger are definitely going to end up being our primary trade pieces. Now, on the bright side of things, a few players we're definitely going to try and keep for the duration of this rebuild. Chris Olave, he's going to be here, hopefully eventually lifting up that Lombardi trophy. I feel like at least the majority of this offensive line should be sticking around for the duration. Obviously, need a new left guard. The only one that I'm kind of questionable on is Eric McCoy. I mean, he's one of the highest rated players in the entire team, our highest rated offensive player, but he is 28 years old. He's locked down to a pretty long-term deal, and luckily as an offensive lineman, even when he's like 31, 32, he'll still be very, very good at the center position. But even though he'll probably end up regressing a little bit by the time hopefully we're competing for a Super Bowl, he should still be here for the duration of the rebuild. And Demario Davis, brother, I feel like he is going to bring us a lot of value in, even though he's 36 years old. Madden doesn't care what your age is as long as you're a high overall. And pretty much the entirety of this defense is going to have to end up getting replaced. Like maybe Brian Brees can stick around for a while. Kool-Aid McKinstry hopefully can develop into a long-term cornerback one. Now the one player I'm questionable about on defense is going to be Justin Reed here. He's also 28, but he's 88 overall, our second highest rated player on defense. So again, by the time we compete, he's probably going to dip down to like an 84, 85 overall, but that should still be a good enough strong safety for us to hopefully win a Super Bowl one day. Because it's like, I do feel like if we traded him away, we could get so many good draft picks in return, but for now, I think he needs to stay on the team. We got to keep somebody good. Let's get to trading here, boys. And the first player we're going to try to part ways with is Alvin Kamara, which is going to be sad because he's been a Saint his entire life, and he's been a very, very productive player, but hey, dude, this is a business. So off the get-go, let's see what kind of offers we get. Offer Braxton Jones. Okay, has some decent offers out there. Again, we're not trying to get players right now. We are literally just trying to stockpile as many high draft picks as humanly possible. I know a lot of these players are enticing, but again, all we're trying to do is build through the draft. Like George Pickens would be nice, but no, we're poor. This is Madden, so obviously the trades aren't going to be realistic, but you best believe I'm going to take advantage of their unrealistic trades. So let's see if we can get a first-round pick out of Alvin Kamara from the Broncos, and it's getting there. Surely there's another team we can squeeze a first out of, like maybe even the Browns. No shot, right? No shot this happens. We just got a first-round pick, and honestly, probably could have gotten way more for Alvin Kamara, a 30-year-old running back, by the way. And from that, we move. Again, we're not only going to trade away our superstar players like Taysom Hill too. I feel like we can get something in return. Like even if we got like a 4th-round pick, that would be worth it. Because obviously at this point, he's not going to be a long-term guy here. Why does nobody want Taysom? Could we squeeze something here out of the Chargers? Like I just want to see like what would it take to get a 2nd-round pick? Like how far away? It's pretty far. What about a 3rd-rounder from the Chargers? That's getting somewhere. What about from the New York Jets? The trade was accepted straight up. Okay. Now, this might be a controversial one, but Rashid Shaheed, another player I'm looking to trade away. This is the final year of his contract, and keep in mind, brother, we are broke. Keep in mind, dude, he's 27 years old, so you've probably only maxed out at like an 82 before he starts to go down. The offers we're getting are kind of garbage, but for some reason, the Broncos are interested in him. Like, I'm just curious. Like, I know this has no chance of being accepted. I just want to see how close a 1st-rounder is to being accepted for Rashid Rashid Shaheed. And to be honest with you, the next year's class after the upcoming one is actually a better one. So I honestly wouldn't mind trying to also stockpile some picks for that draft. Because again, keep in mind, I don't think we're going to be able to compete until at least the 2027 season. But it does look like the Broncos are the only team in the NFL that's actually interested in Rashid. So what if we did go ahead and try to get a next year's first round pick? How different would this be? It went up a little bit. I'm also willing to trade up if I have to, or trade away other players like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Get out of here. Honestly, I know they just signed Brandon Cooks, but dude, you're 31. You're not going to help us long term. Let's go ahead and see if this is enough for the Broncos to send me their next year's first. This game is so insane, brother. It is so wild. Realism. Let's keep on with the fire sale, dude. I don't think there's anybody on offense that we can still trade away. Now, we do need to go and get rid of our main man. The guy's been here for a while, Mr. Honey Badger. And honestly, I wouldn't mind trading for some players, but again, we're going to stick to our guns, stick to our plan, and build through the draft. But I'm assuming we should get something pretty decent in return for him. Buffalo Bills, #1 team, needs a free safety. Surely they're not going to give me a first round pick for Honey Badger, right? No, but it is very freaking close. And again, I know I'm trying to accumulate as many picks as possible, but I want to accumulate as many like top 100 picks as possible. So if I have to trade like day 3 picks away to trade up to get an extra second, extra first, even an extra third, I will 100% be worth it because we want quality. So if I have to trade like a 5th round pick, dude, I wouldn't be mad at it. Didn't really go up way too much. What if we had to get rid of our 4th rounder and it did went up some? Again, at wide receiver, I might really throw out practice squad guys this season because I really want to end up with the #1 pick. So Cedric Wilson, another player that's just not going to help us out in the future or even this year, really. Let's see if that helps things up at all, and I don't even think it went up. What about one of these older defensive tackles? It got even closer. So what if we went ahead and threw in our 5th round selection and the trade was accepted? Your New Orleans Saints, I think, pick up our 3rd first round pick for this upcoming draft. Now, next on the fire sale list is going to be Cameron Jordan, another one I know is going to hurt Saints fans, but he's 36, dude. We've got to get rid of him, got to get something, even if it's like a 4th round pick. And we actually got an offer for Cedric Wilson immediately. The Cardinals, what can we get from you? Like maybe a 3rd. I feel like this would 100% be worth it, and it is absolutely declined off the rip. This might be a scenario where we need to like trade for a future 3rd, like maybe a 2026 3rd round pick, and it's declined again. What if we try trading up from a 2026 4th? So basically, or maybe a 5th. Just swapping a 5th in 2026 for a 3rd. Keep in mind, it says 2026, but it's really like a 2027 draft class pick. Submit it through. And oh my god, dude, I don't even know if we're going to be able to swap a 4th for a 3rd. That would be kind of wild, and it's in the yellow at least. Why don't we just go after a future 4th rounder and still decline? I mean, is there any garbage we could throw in here? Like, these corners are so bad, dude. Ugo, will you help me get a 4th? Yes, he does. I mean, even Godchild, dude, he's 30 years old. Why is everybody in this team so old? I mean, if you can get us a decent pick, I'll take it. The Patriots, would you be willing to give me a 3rd? Yeah, okay, right off the rip. I wish I would have tried to go for a 2nd. Even like Carl Granderson, dude, he's 28 years old. Like, why is everybody so gosh dang old, man? Like, again, he's going to start going down in overall after next season. He's not high enough overall, I believe, to keep him on the squad. Again, some okay players we're getting in return, but nobody's going to help us long term. Let's see if the Arizona Cardinals will give me something pretty nice. If they'll give me a 3rd from 2025, and how about a 2nd from 2026? Submit this bad boy through. Declined. What about we just like went after their 2026 first and try to find some way to make this happen? I mean, it's halfway, so okay, so I don't think it's gonna happen. Maybe we can try to package something together to pick up this 3rd and 2nd. And to be honest with you, dude, Jawan Johnson's another one. He's on a 1-year deal. 74 overall. He's gonna max out at 75. It's not gonna help us win a Super Bowl. So if this helps me get a 2nd round pick, I think this would 100% be worth it, and the trade is declined, but we're getting somewhere. Again, we don't need these cornerbacks that are not going to play for us more than a year or 2. We're going to send the trade through, and it's declined. Probably going to have to trade up here. We have multiple 4th rounders from 2026. Hopefully, this could be enough, and it's not, but we're getting very close. So again, we have a 6th rounder from 2025. We can throw this in there, and we have ourselves an extra 5th from this year, and an extra 2nd for next year's draft. Now, I do have to say, we're probably going to have to end end up signing some available free agents to fill out our roster because we're getting rid of everybody, but I'm not going to get anybody that's not going to help us long term. I'm not going to be signing anybody this season that's over 30 years old. It's just not happening. Now, Chase Young, I might actually keep because I can re-sign him. I know we're not necessarily the richest team in the world, but like I feel like we can get him on a decent contract, and he's like somebody that at least can progress a little bit over the next 3 years to help out this team hopefully eventually win a Super Bowl. So we're not going to trade him away. Only player left might actually be Demario Davis. I mean, again, some pretty good offers thrown out there in the universe. I don't get why teams are trying to give us back the players we just traded them like 10 minutes ago. Let's see if we can go land ourselves a first round pick. I mean, it's going to be tough, but let's see. I've already done a deal with the Broncos. We already got their first from next year. They need a middle linebacker. So let's try to make sure we find a team that needs a middle linebacker. Even though he's like 36, he's 90 overall, so I'm surprised no team's actually interested in him. Now, the Carolina Panthers need a middle linebacker, so what can we get from you? Oh, their pick's valued at number 1, which means we're not going to be able to get it. Like, it's going to take way too much. So let's move on to another option. We're trying to be smart here. Like, what about my Tennessee Titans? Like, what are the odds? I just want to try it. Can we pick up 2 first-round picks, submit it through, and it's only about halfway? I mean, what about the Dallas Cowboys here? They're going to have a late projected first-round pick, so let's see, like, what are the odds that we can grab 2 here? It is actually so close to being accepted, dude. Now, you best believe your boy's excited for today's NFL schedule release, because that also means the NFL season's right around the corner. Not to mention, we also have the MLB season going on, all while the NBA playoffs are in full swing. That's exactly why I wanted to tell you guys about my special hookup with today's sponsor, SeatGeek. SeatGeek's the planet's #1 rated ticketing app with over 28 million downloads. Big reason why is they have over 70,000 events listed on the app, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more. You guys have got to know by now how much I love myself some SeatGeek, because as you see, every single sporting event I've attended for the last 6 years, I've purchased my tickets through SeatGeek. Not to mention, SeatGeek's also super simple to use, as each ticket is rated on a scale from 1 to 10, so you know when you're getting a good deal. Make sure you look for the green dots, as green means good and red means bad. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. You guys know I have a special hookup for you all, as you can use code RBT10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. Again, that's 10% off any tickets at SeatGeek with my promo code RBT10. And make sure to click the link either in the description box below or in the pinned comment to go ahead and download the app. That way you can have my code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Let's move on to another team that I feel like could actually have a higher draft pick. Like, I want to get somebody that maybe could finish with like a top 15 pick for us. Like the Cowboys, Madden Simulation, they'll probably like win the Super Bowl, so we'd have like the last pick in the draft. Now, what about the Jets here? This is probably going to be pretty far off, and yes, in the red. What about the Lions? What about their first round pick? Again, it'd probably be a late first, but I feel like it would be worth it, and the trade's in the yellow. So maybe the Cowboys is the best move if we want to get 2 first round picks for Demario Davis. So again, obviously not accepted, but it is super, super close. So what in the world is it going to take? I'm probably going to throw in some draft picks, unless I just get rid of all my corners. Let's be honest, Alontae Taylor, you are not going to be a long-term starter if we're going to want to win a Super Bowl. It's just not going to happen. So if I had to put him in this deal to get an extra first-round pick, I wouldn't mind. We're going to have to draft like 5 corners, but I'm down with it. We are going to have to trade up a little bit. I'll throw in my 7th from this year. Also try a 5th from 2026. We are getting closer. So I didn't want to have to trade away a future 4th round pick, but I feel like we're going to have to. So a 2026 4th rounder thrown into this deal. We are very freaking close. So let's go with a 5th from 2027. See if this is enough to secure the deal. Like, there's not even anything there. But we should be able to throw in a pack of pencils here, and with this trade, we now have acquired 2 extra first-round picks, which means we have 4 first-rounders for 2025, 1 second, 4 thirds, and as of now, we have 3 first-rounders for 2026, 2 seconds, and a third. So hopefully, as of right now, this is enough draft capital to get some youngsters in the next 2 drafts and really help build the core of this team and eventually lead us to a Super Bowl. And to be fair, dude, we might end up the first NFL team to ever go 0-17. Definitely want to start Devin Neal this year since he has star development, so maybe he can develop into a decent running back over the next year or 2. My God, dude, this defense is so bad. From an 80 down to a 74 overall team, but I think it was worth it. Now remember, there are a few positions though that we do need to try to sign some fillers at. Like, I only want potential long-term options, dude, and like all these guys are so old. I thought there might be somebody that we could sign and develop over the next few years. Like, the only guy there is Asante Samuel, but I think he's going to end up costing too much if we want to re-sign him. So the only guy that makes any sense at all as a cornerback 2, at least he does have star development, Jack Jones, welcome to the squad. He might end up being a cornerback 2 this entire rebuild. I don't know. Now, we definitely need help at linebacker, but again, there's like nobody under 28 that I feel like that can help us out. Well, at least at defensive end, there's this undrafted rookie, Jared Ivey. I mean, 69 overall is an actual rookie. I mean, he's probably be one of the better players in the entire team. Absolutely need defensive tackle depth, and Rashard Lawrence here, I mean, he's not good, but he's not old. We absolutely need to sign another receiver, maybe even 2. But again, everybody's so old. Like, do I sign Kadarius Toney? Like, do I see if Kadarius Toney can turn into something half decent on the Saints? Like, can he be the one that brings his franchise to a Super Bowl? Let's try it. Outside of that, dude, it is so bad. The only guy that's not like 28 or above is Donovan Peoples-Jones. So with that, brother, welcome to New Orleans. And then at tight end, dude, like, everybody's so old. Everybody, like, maybe Benjamin Urasek. I think he went undrafted. Okay, some of these guys I don't think actually went undrafted, so I'm not going to sign them. So yeah, fellas, I do believe this is going to be our starting lineup going into the season. Let's just see what happens, dude. Like, genuinely, I would be shocked if we won more than like 2 games this year. So unfortunately, 5 wins were a lot more than what I expected, and I guarantee you that keeps us from getting the #1 pick. Oh, we end up with pick 5, 14, 17, 27. Oh, that could have been so much better, brother. Like, how did this team win 5 games? I mean, we were almost dead last in offense, and we were dead last in defense, so where'd the 5 wins come from? I mean, this is kind of what I expected from Tyler Shuck. 4,000 yards, 32 tutties, 26 interceptions. Now, I'm hoping also, he's up to a 73 overall. I'm hoping he turns into something half decent to where I could possibly trade him away. Again, I don't think he's going to turn into a franchise quarterback or anything, but maybe he can get us a 2nd-round pick or maybe a 1st. I'm totally expecting to get one of our franchise quarterbacks in one of the upcoming drafts. Now, on the ground, Devin Neal was terrible. Oh my god, Tyler Shuck led us in freaking rushing touchdowns. That's so bad. Dude, I was really hoping he'd turn into a half-decent running back for us so we didn't have to draft one. I mean, he is up to a 79 overall, so like maybe he's only 21. Now, what about through the air? Chris Olave, at least he's our one lone bright spot. 105 catches, 1,600 yards, 25 touchdowns. Like, where did this come from? He had 25 receiving touchdowns when the rest of the team had 7 combined. Oh my god, Chris Olave, you crazy man. Up to a 90 overall. So at least we have a decent player in. Like, he might have won Offensive Player of the Year on one of the league's worst offenses. Good thing he still has a few years left on his contract, plus his 5th-year option. But defensively, we actually had some people with a few sacks. You had Chase Young leads with 8.5. And outside of that, dude, it was just absolutely freaking dreadful. Now, I've got to see a few things here, brother. In the NFC, we had Chris Olave win Offensive Player of the Year. That's nuts. Okay, I was really hoping we would have had a Rookie of the Year, but nope, we got beat out by Tedero McMillan. And then somehow Vernon here came 3rd in Defensive Rookie of the Year voting. We also had Jonas Sanker and Danny Stutzman come in the top 10, so at least that's sort of promising. Hey now, at least this Jonas Sanker fella's developed quite well in his rookie season, all the way up to an 80. I think it was a 71 overall to start. We got to play free safety for me since we traded away the Honey Badger, and I think I made the right decision. I think we have our long-term free safety. And apparently, Danny Stutzman's up to a 71, so good progression from him. And old Vernon here's up to a 72. Hold on a second. When did Jake Hayner become a star? Like, I could possibly trade him away, but when in the world did he become a star development? Speaking of development traits, what we're going to go ahead and do now is get to the offseason, and this is when we'll see if any of those guys increase in development trait. And unfortunately, after having such a bad season, a lot of those guys might lose their dev traits. Not like we had many to begin with. Okay, so some good news offensively as Chris Olave up to an X factor, which is fair after the season he had. Defensively, I think everybody stayed the same, except like, why in the world did Anthony Orgy become a star? I mean, I'm not asking questions, I'm just more confused than anything at what's happening here. Yep, Jacob lost his Mickey Mouse star. Now, I do want to see if there's any players I want to give contract extensions to. Ooh, Chase Young, I absolutely do, but the problem is he has no interest. So if he doesn't accept this really big healthy offer, I'm gonna franchise tag him, which I can do it next year, but okay, he's just gonna resign with us. I'll take it. Now, Jack Jones, I wouldn't mind having him for the next 2 years. I'm not going to overpay, but he'd be a decent corner 2 to have for a while. He kept his star, and he wants to stay in New Orleans. First of all, when did we ever get Ben DiNucci on our team? And second of all these guys, they can walk. It might be like maybe 1 or 2 players I'm really interested in signing, like Jared Ivey. He's a young defensive end. He's already 70 overall. So, like, he might be a guy that I might give, like, a really long contract to make sure I keep him for cheap as he progresses throughout the years. But I'm only going to take him if he takes his offer. But nope, that's why you don't have a face, Jared. Now, what do I do with Donovan Peoples-Jones and Kadarius Toney? Like, part of me wants to re-sign them for another year and maybe trade them away. They're having a good season. If he wants to go to free agency, that's fine. I'm not going to lose sleep over losing Kadarius Toney. Donovan Peoples-Jones, I want to at least get one of those receivers back. A little 2-year base offer for Donovan, and again, he's leaving too, not crying about it. We'll just go and replace them both in the draft here, which with how bad our team is, I'm probably just going to go best available with every single pick, but we definitely could use another outside linebacker and definitely need another defensive end and maybe even a better middle linebacker. We need everything. And I told you guys Justin Reed was going to start going down in overall, so if it becomes the best player available and we can get a safety, like maybe I go ahead and draft a safety to be his replacement and then ultimately trade him away to get a better draft pick next year. Alright, fellas, here goes nothing. I do want to just see who ends up going #1 overall. I know Nico is in this draft, and he's supposed to be the highest rated quarterback. And the Giants did just draft Jackson Dart last year, so that's definitely not Nico. Look at Peter Woods, defensive tackle out of Clemson. Alright, let's just go ahead, skip forward to our pick at pick number 5. And God, there was a few guys that went off the board that I really wanted. So, like, Nico's on the board here, but he's not the quarterback that I was really eyeing. Honestly, don't know if I trust him with what happened with the University of Tennessee. Like, he might get drafted by the Saints and we're a dumpster fire and just reject to play for us. It's probably going to come down to either Anthony Hill out of Texas or Ugalele out of Oregon. Defensive end who is a scheme fit, and I told you guys that we do need another defensive end really bad. And it's not often you get a chance to draft a really good defensive end. We could have him and Chase Young for the rest of this rebuild. He didn't have the best of combines, but as you see, has A skills across the freaking board, brother. So Mateo, welcome to the New Orleans Saints. Please don't be a bust. And he comes in as the 14th ranked player, got him at 5. We kind of have defensive end tags because they always come in as a low overall. So I think it's a really good job that we got ourselves a hopeful star defensive end to pair up with Chase Young. And don't forget, we also have pick 12 upcoming. Hopefully some of the guys I was wanting to target there are still available at 12. Oh, Nico went at 9. If he was available at 12, I was really thinking about taking him. Now, there's some really good offensive linemen still on the board, and that's what we need. But with there being so many on the board, there's probably 5 I'd be willing to take right here. What I think I'm going to do, since we do pick at pick 16, 4 picks later, I think I'm actually going to try to trade down here and see what sort of offers are out there. Like right here, we get pick 25, get a second rounder from next year and a 5th and 7th this year. Like, would anything give me, okay, the Ravens pick right here would give us an extra first-round pick in next year's class. That actually has me intrigued quite a bit. The Lions are here just offering me to trade back 3 spots and nothing else. Like, why would I do this, Dan Campbell? I might actually try to strike a deal here with the Ravens and see if we can get something else. I'm not too interested in getting an extra late round. Or maybe I am. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Get an extra first, a 4th from this year, and a 7th from next year. I think this is 100% gonna be the best move, because again, keep in mind, we pick here 4 picks down the line anyway, and none of those offensive linemen were even taken there. So I might actually go and trade away again. Let's do it. Let's see what other offers are on the board here. I don't want to trade back way too far. I want to be able to still like get one of those offensive linemen. There's really not many great picks for being offered here. Like maybe the Colts back to 22, the Vikings down to 25. We pick up a 3rd rounder from next year. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Next year's draft class is going to be incredible. Let's just hope they don't go and take every single one of those offensive linemen in the next few picks, and they took 3 of them, so that kind of sucks. But I do still think there's one more on the board, and that's Mr. Caden Proctor here out of the University of Alabama. He's an offensive tackle, which I guess we can move the offensive line around a little bit and let somebody else play guard. Maybe he play guard. We do obviously need a long-term offensive guard. He looks like a beast. I know he's a beast in real life. 40 reps of 225 on the bench press. So Caden Proctor with your 6'7", 370-pound frame, by the way. Please tell me you are not a draft bust. Roger, give me good news, brother. And he's going to come in as the 24th ranked player, and we got him at 22. Dude, that is such a lie. He doesn't play basketball. Now, don't get too relaxed, boys, because we still do have 2 more second-round picks upcoming. Now, I think there is somebody that we absolutely have to target here. Caleb Downs, like, he's one of the best overall players in college football. I don't know how he makes it this far in the draft. This could be, we could put him at free safety. We can move Sanker back to strong safety and then trade away Eric Reed like we talked about. I just know he's a beast. Caleb Downs, he's doing the selection. This is the best player available. Third best player. The entire draft, got him at 27. My God, dude, this could be the man that helps lead us to a Super Bowl. Now, I'm really hoping there's still a good receiver we could take with pick number 29. And that's the guy I wanted, gosh dang it. Oh, I'm tilted, not gonna lie. Oh, now I have no idea who I want to take with this next pick. Oh, I'm so mad, Maybe Harold Perkins, we go ahead and take him potentially. Oh, I cannot believe that just happened. That's the receiver I was eyeing for the late first round all of freaking long. And I don't know if I want either of these guys. You know what? Let's go ahead and trade down again. Let's trade down, see if we can pick up another pick from next year. Like, maybe, hopefully get like an early second or something. I mean, the 49ers are offering me to move back 2 spots here, and I get their 4th. So why not just accumulate as many picks as possible? Hopefully they don't take Harold Perkins or I'm going to cry, and they didn't take Harold Perkins, so I'm not crying. So we obviously need an outside linebacker pretty bad. CJ Hicks is here, and I just don't think he's as good of a player as Harold Perkins. He's fast. I know Damani Jackson's really good, and we definitely need help at corner. But at this point, dude, my conviction pick is 100% Harold Perkins. I know this guy's a beast. He's a weird player, kind of like to play edge. So I don't know where he's going to end up playing for us, but I just know he's a beast. He didn't participate in the combine. It kind of scares me, but you see a linebacker dude run a 4.48 40-yard dash. I mean, B-man coverage for a guy that can play edge is nuts. So Harold Perkins, he is going to be the selection here, and he's going to come in as 15th in true value. Got him at 31, and as long as he has hidden development, I think this was a massive dub of a selection. So I think we actually had ourselves a really good first round. Not as good as what I was really anticipating for somebody that had 4 first-round picks, but still some very, very good value. And we still have a ton of second-round picks coming up. We have a bunch of thirds, too. Here with our second-round pick, I know we need middle linebacker really, really bad. And Lander Barton, he might not look like it, but I think he is going to be a stud. A awareness, a hit power, a play rec, a zone coverage. Oh, my God, brother, sign me up for some Barton. He's going to come in as the 25th ranked player. Got him at 37, and as long as he comes in, he has normal development. That's so bad. He can't even pick out a good suit. Unfortunately, that is our only selection in the second round, boys. So we're gonna have to go straight into the third round where we have a ton of selections, but I'm really disappointed with how that pick went. I mean, it should be a good overall at least. I know we need corner. We also desperately do. We could use another running back, but I don't think any of these guys are gonna be worth it. We also desperately need wide receiver, and I just don't know if any of these guys are good. Like Deion Burks, top guy on the board, would probably be slot, has a bunch of C's. He's pretty fast. Actually ran a 4.36 at his pro day, which is nuts, so maybe that changes my decision a little bit. He has some okay ratings with some stinkers thrown in there. I mean, at this point, who else am I gonna take? Deion Burks was probably like my 10th choice at wide receiver, but we needed one desperately, and he's gonna come in as the 76th ranked player. Got him at 69, so not bad as long as he has normal. God dang it. Okay, the good thing is I have another pick immediately after this, and I honestly might trade down and just see if we can get something for next year, because I am not liking the spot we are on the board right now. I mean, we do need tight end, but I don't know if any of these guys are worth it. I know Jack Belling's good out of Michigan State. Oscar Delp's good out of Georgia too, and he's a scheme fit. If we don't take him here, he'll probably get selected, because I can't believe he's actually made it to this point. Maybe I do go ahead and take Oscar Delp out of Georgia to be our long-term option at the tight end position, and Oscar's going to come in at 96, and we got him at 70. He has normal too, so that's fantastic. What's that, 3 normals in a row? All right, here we go, dude. Absolutely got a target at cornerback. I'm going to sit here and just like scout all these guys. I can't scout them at this point, but I'm going to look at some of their ratings and try to find the best one. And the best one, okay, the best one is absolutely looking like Julian Humphrey here out of Georgia. Maybe I don't have to do some scouting. He's like the only one with a bunch of A's remaining. And he's really fast. Also, the strongest corner in the combine, which really isn't saying much. I've actually benched 17 reps at 225 before, believe it or not. I mean, he has really bad zone, but like he's the only guy with A's left, so we'll take him. Julian Humphrey, don't be terrible. Don't be terrible. And he's not terrible. Okay, finally a good pick. Does he have hidden development? No, he doesn't. Dude, where are all the hidden dev players? Keep in mind, we still do have one more third round pick, so hopefully we can hit on somebody half decent here. If I don't see anybody I like, I'm really just gonna trade away so I can get a good pick next year. So I've been looking around for like the last 5 minutes, and this guy, I think he's projected to be a day 3 player, but Trevally Prince at a North Carolina State. I mean, had decent numbers at the combine, but like you look at his skills, B awareness, B block shed, B finesse move, A play rec, B tackle. He looks like he could be a steal here in the 3rd round. There's nobody else at this point I love. Like the guys are projected to go round 2, round 3, don't look good. So like sometimes you have to take a flyer on a guy named Trovali. Roger Goodell's out here announcing his pick, so like maybe that means he's good. He's out here grinding in the 3rd round with an announcement. We also get to see our coaches are hyped up about it. So like this is new. Let's see what the heck happens here. He comes in as the 19th ranked player. We got him at 81. He does come with hidden development. So we've missed on like our last like 3-4 picks, but it's about time we hit on somebody that should end up an absolute freaking stud. That's probably going to end up our best pick in terms of value all day long. So soak it in, drink it in. We have 2 4th round picks here, but if there's nobody on the board like I don't like, I really might trade them away to get more picks next year if we need to end up trading up for a quarterback. Hey, I found another cornerback that I really like, and we do need like 2, 3. We could use 4 corners in this class, honestly. He, again, looks really good man, terrible in zone, so we might be running man defense all the time. But, again, nobody else really want to take at this point. He's projected day 3 pick. The last day 3 projected pick we took turned out pretty well. Jordan Hancock out of Ohio State is our selection. No matter what, probably be our 3rd cornerback by default. And he comes in as the 64th ranked player, and we got him at 125. So we kind of went on a little stinker in the middle rounds, but with the last few picks, even though he's normal development, I feel like we made some decent selections. So with the 31st pick in the 4th round, we have got to make this one count because this is our last pick of this draft. We definitely need wide receiver help, so I'm probably going to go wide receiver, just try to pick the best one available. Tommy Castellanos. I thought he's a quarterback. He's quarterback Florida State now. I mean, I don't really think I want a 5'9 receiver when I already got a slot guy with my last pick, but if I don't find anybody else I like, I might trade it away or come back to Thomas. I've already looked at some of these guys before, and there's really no other receivers at all that I like. So I'm going to see if there's any decent pick here, like maybe giving me a 3rd next year. If not, I really might go take Thomas. Yeah, all these offers are not making me happy, so we're just going to go ahead and take a converted quarterback at receiver, apparently. I know I actually didn't look at tight end at all. I know we can still use tight end. Yeah, none of these guys, none of these names are popping out to me, so let's go ahead and do it, brother. Let's go to wide receiver. Let's take a converted quarterback. This is 2 straight slot guys. One of them have to turn out decent, so Thomas is the selection, and he's going to come in 68 in true value. Not like a banger or anything, but a very solid selection at 127. And he comes in with hidden development. Oh my god, thank the Lord. I mean, it seems like a good pick from the surface, but I just don't really know how I feel about a 5'9 receiver who only has 87 speed. We can work with this. Time to simulate to the end of the draft. Go check out these players' overalls and see if we had ourselves a banger or a stinker of a draft class. All right, moment of truth. Okay, hold on a second. Like, I know, okay, so it's kind of skewed since we had so many, like, early round picks, but I don't think I've ever had a draft in my life where I had so many picks and we got nothing but 70+ rated players. Dude, we didn't even get one player under 70. I thought we had a stinker in the middle of the round. Like, I know we had some normal dev players, but my god, I think, yeah, we had 4 straight normal dev players. But we ended off with a bang. 3 straight hidden dev players. An incredible draft class to build upon. Caleb Downs headlining with a 79 overall. Gotta get to the start of the preseason here, and I gotta manipulate my lineup and see like how the heck I can get the best players and the youngest players some playing time so they can progress and hopefully gel a core that can eventually lead a team to a Super Bowl. Let me cook here and try and put the best possible lineup together. I think this is how we're gonna start the season out offensively, which means there's a few players we need to trade away. Like on offense, most notably Foster Moreau, because we want Oscar Delp to get all the playing time. Even though he's only normal dev, we really need a young tight end to progress with us. Also might trade away Trevor Penning, although he's probably by far our best backup offensive lineman. Also might have to trade away Bub Means because I really want Tommy Castellanos to get the playing time alongside Dion Burke. Even though they're both really small, I want to try to get like, you know, a best talent on the field. I mean, maybe we don't trade away Bub Means, maybe we just put him in the wide receiver 4 spot. We'll have to see. Now defensively is where some crazy things went down. First of all, Price is 100% going to start our right side linebacker for us, which does mean Pete Warner is going to be traded away, hopefully for a decent draft pick in this upcoming class. Also, Sanker got moved back over to strong safety since Caleb Downs is starting at free safety, which does also mean Justin Reed is 100% going to be traded away this season, hopefully, again, for a really, really good pick. Pretty happy with how our defensive lines turned out. It's a bunch of young guys who should slowly but surely get better and better. Like, our cornerback room is probably the worst on defense, but it's got some young guys that should also get better and better. Like I said, this is going to be the starting lineup to begin the year, but we need to go and try to complete a few trades. Once again, stack draft picks for next year's draft class, which should be incredible, where we hopefully will end up getting our future starting quarterback. The first casualty is going to be Foster Moreau here, and I'm really not expecting much at all. Exactly. Now, the Bengals desperately need a tight end, which again, I am not expecting much at all. Like, if third round pick, I'd be happy with, and we're not even close. I didn't realize we have 4 first rounders, dude. That's nuts, and I'm hoping we can get even more here. So let's see if I can throw in some of these late round picks that I really don't need to get that third, and the trade is accepted. So an extra third, we take it. Another one we mentioned here is Pete Warner, who is going to be a player we trade away, so our youngsters get playing time. He's going to start going down in overall probably as early as next season, so let's see if anybody's interested in him. I mean, we're getting some, like, okay offers, but, like, again, nobody that's really going to improve the team. And my Tennessee Titans desperately need an outside linebacker, and they should have a pretty decent pick that we could get. Like, what are the odds? I know he's not going to, like, it's not going to be close, but I'm wondering if we could trade a second round pick up alongside this deal and maybe get an extra first. Let's see if that's even possible here. Only halfway. What if I threw in one of our 95 third rounders, and it's just getting there. Unfortunately, though, I don't think we have anybody else outside of maybe Trevor Penning that would help see this deal through. I don't think that's enough. It's not even the green yet. Let me see if there's another team I could finesse out of a first round pick, possibly if I traded my second round pick up. I mean, maybe the Atlanta Falcons here, who also do need an outside linebacker, but they have pick number 2, man. The Patriots could potentially be nice here, as they currently own pick number 18. That's about halfway to being accepted, but this should be quite a bit closer than the other one. If I was to trade up one of my second round selections, let's see if this can be accepted, and it is very, very close. Instead of a pick, let's throw in some garbage players. We get that pick number 18, Patriots. Oh my god. Let's replace him with maybe a cornerback, and the trade is accepted. Have ourselves what? And now 5th first round pick. And I told you guys, we are not done. We still have our highest rated player yet to trade away in Justin Reed, who should maybe get us another first round pick in return, which we already have 5, dude. Imagine getting a 6. Let's see if there's a team that could possibly get like a top 10 pick that's interested in them. Maybe the Jets, who are projected pick number 13. Interesting. Let's see. Let's submit this through. We don't get the third out of it, but what about just Justin Reed straight up for pick number 13? Again, that's going to change throughout the season. We just kind of have to gauge, and trades declined. We can make this work one way or another. We have a ton of third round selection. Let's throw in that third rounder, see if this is enough, and trades declined still, but we're getting somewhere. We need a strong safety, and we have this guy that we could potentially trade away. I don't know if this is going to be enough. Oh, that's insane. Let's make that one of the better third round selections, and I think we should have ourselves a new first round pick. Let's do this. Is that enough? Just up 4 picks? Let's actually take out Howden and throw in that early third round projected pick. We should now have ourselves a 6th first round selection. I'm actually so excited about this season, dude. We have so many good young players, and like, we're just gonna get better and better. I think the most important player this season we need to progress if we're actually win a Super Bowl is running back Devin Neal here, because if you guys watch my videos, you know in Madden simulations, for you to have any chance of being successful in a sim, you gotta have a high rated running back. Like, not even an 83, 84 rated running back is really good enough to have a good season on the ground. So we need Devin Neal to progress to like an 85 or so. I don't know if that's possible, but a man can hope. Now, if it's not us who ends up with the number 1 pick, so we have such a bad season, we really need one of these teams to put up an absolute stinker, so we can hopefully get another top 10 pick and maybe get one of the superstars in this upcoming draft. I might have to end up using these picks to trade up to number 1 if I really want to go and get one of the quarterbacks. So the goal of the season here is to hopefully have a bad enough season to pick number 1 in the draft so we can get the quarterback that we want, but at the same time, have individual players have good enough seasons where they can progress in overall. Guys, I am so confused. I promise you, I am more confused than what you guys are. Brother, we went and started the season 2-3, and then we went on an insane winning streak. Brother, that's a 12-game winning streak we went on. We finished with a 12th best offense. Defensively, we were top 10. Like, what is going on? Like, do I even need to draft a quarterback at this point? Tyler Shuck with insane numbers, dude. He's up to a 76 overall. Like, still not progressing that much, but like, do I really need to take a quarterback with the first pick? If I even get the first pick, I mean, I got a freaking first round bye, dude. Now, speaking of draft pick, I need to see where those other teams whose pick we owned ended up. Oh my God, fellas. We got ourselves the #1 overall pick from the New York Jets. We got ourselves a #4 pick from the Broncos and the #6 pick from the Patriots. I get my pick at #1. And also, if there's somebody at #2 I really want, I could use one of these other firsts to trade up to 2 and make sure I get both the 2 guys that I want. I mean, that's if I don't go ahead and win the freaking Super Bowl this season. I mean, we went 13-4 somehow, so it's definitely not out of the question. Now, I've got to see the rest of these statistics to see, like, what in the world happened. Again, incredible season of Tyler Shuck. Like, it's insane. He might actually got some MVP votes. Now, Devin Neal has a better season. Most importantly, he's up to an 82 overall. So maybe by the end of next season, if we don't win Super Bowl this year, maybe by the end of next season, he could be like an 85, 86 rated. Now, through the air, Chris Olave, definitely not as good as the season he had last year, but still great numbers. 1,100 yards, 15 touchdowns. Look at Deion Burks, 865 yards, 3 tutties. Oscar Delp might not have been, you know, the greatest rookie in the world, but put up really, really good numbers. Bub Means also with really good numbers, 9 touchdowns, and Thomas put up 4 for 538. So I'm curious, Thomas, he is up to a 75, so it didn't progress that much. Now, since our defense played so well, I'm so excited to see these stats. We had Lander Bartley's with 100 tackles. Hold on a freaking second, brother. Chase Young with 21.5 sacks. I really don't know. I really do not know. But what I do know is this is one of the craziest, the craziest rookie season we have ever seen. Mateo Ugalele, 17.5 sacks. I really, genuinely do not understand what just happened. Because outside of those 2, nobody else got the quarterback. So that's kind of disappointing. The other rookies that I was really hoping was going to get a lot of sacks, progressing overall. But I cannot be mad at Mateo Ugalele, our first pick, going up to superstar as an 84 overall already. Like, I'm guaranteeing you he won Rookie of the Year defensively. Which, to be completely fair, on the flip side, Lander Barton finished the season with 100 total tackles and 5 picks. So, like, maybe he ended up winning Rookie of the Year, but there's no way he beat somebody out with 17.5 sacks, right? Now, Chase Young, what a great decision that was to re-sign him. Now, the thing is, like, he's only up to an 83, so even though he had 21.5 sacks, Ugalele already passed him up. Now, I'm just so intrigued, dude. MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. Okay, Tyler Shuck didn't even get top 10 votes. How did I not win Coach of the Year, dude? Are you kidding me? This game is so rigged. You're giving it to Andros for, what, the 15th time, dude? I just took the Saints to a first-round bye with one of the worst teams in the league. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Chase Young. Ugalele, as a rookie, comes in 4th. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Oscar Delp. Deion Burks in 2nd. We had Thomas in 7th. Defensively, of course, it goes to Mateo. He had Barton come in 3rd. Now, I know we wouldn't check some of the players, but I do want to see what their overalls are. So, the offensive line is progressing incredibly, dude. Like, the lowest overall is Caden Proctor, who's a real 79 overall. So, by next year, every single one of our starters will be 80 overall and above. Oscar Delp's up to a 77, although he didn't have a hidden dev trait or anything. On defense, Harold Perkins up to a 79. Caleb Downs up to a superstar, an 84. This squad is up to an 84 overall, 85 offense, 83 defense. Like, again, I know we had a Mickey Mouse 13-4 season. I don't think we're going to win the Super Bowl this year, but even if we don't, I am so excited for the future of this team. And that's not to mention we have a million first-round picks coming up. So we're here for a good time, boys. Let's see what the heck happens here in our first playoff run. In our first game, we're going to get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We did actually lose to early on in the season before our massive winning streak. Big reason our quarterback threw 3 picks. To limit the 3 picks here, dude, we could punch our ticket in the AFC Championship. We lost 9-7? Oh my God, dude, that is so disappointing. After all of that, we put up 7 points. We couldn't get anything going through the air. We couldn't get anything going on the ground. Oh my gosh, dude, that's actually so sad. I mean, obviously, I'm extremely disappointed with this result. But dude, this team has so much promise. So basically, what I got out of this season is that if we can put together another masterclass of a draft class, we honestly should be Super Bowl favorites next season. Before we get to the draft, I do want to see if we had any dev traits increase. Why is tight end so overpowered in this game? Oscar Delp just straight up went from normal to superstar in just 1 week. I guess it's because he won Offensive Rookie of the Year, as you see. That's still nutty to me. Okay, so we did have Tyler Shuck improve the start, so It's tough. Like, he's 27, so he's not going to progress that much more. I mean, it's going to be hard after the season he had to trade him away and draft his replacement, but, like, maybe I could actually trade him for a player and get something decent in return. Okay, a lot of stuff happening defensively here. Yeah, Chase Young up to a superstar. Barton up to a star. Now, outside of that, I think pretty much everything else is the same. So, again, dude, you just give me one more good draft class, and, boys, we are going to be cooking. Which, we actually have some pretty big decisions here. Apparently, Chris Olave is a free agent now. I thought we had another season with him. Unfortunately, he has no interest in re-signing. But you best believe, brother, I am going to give you one offer that you can't refuse. And if you do refuse it by chance, we have the franchise tag. So I'm not stressing out about it. We're going to send the offer through. He thinks free agency is going to be better in the long run. Absolutely not. Franchise tag it is. Sorry, pal. Anthony Orgy, like, I mean, why not, dude? He became a star earlier. He lost it already. But, you know, we'll bring back some good depth. This guy, I don't know how he has a contract extension already, but good backup tight end depth will offer him, and he's back. Trevor Penning, I mean, we need depth, and like we can't sign any free agents, so we might as well sign him as a little bridge player. Hopefully, it doesn't give us any issues re-signing, and he's testing free agency. Screw you, Trevor. And these guys, I don't care about. Velus Jones Jr. is at 55. What are you still doing in the league? Why don't you retire? I guess I do need to bring back a kicker, man. I gotta have somebody kick the balls for me. Well, that didn't go well for you, did it, buddy? Now get me into the freaking draft, dude. I am so excited. Well, here we freaking go, brother. This could be what totally turns this Saints franchise around and brings us a Super Bowl back. Now, just out of giggles, I do want to see what offers are out there to trade down. And there's some pretty good offers. 3 first-round picks from the Vikings here, 3 firsts from the Seahawks, and a second, 2/3 to go back to 11. So obviously there are a lot of franchises here trying to trade up to get the quarterback. Like Jags trading 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a 3rd. Yeah, some crazy picks here, but absolutely not having any of it. We're gonna make this first selection in what should be the 2027 NFL Draft, as the New Orleans Saints are getting another Manning, Arch Manning. Welcome to New Orleans, brother. Oh my gosh, how this would break the NFL. Comes in as the 3rd-ranked player, got him at 1. But my God, dude, this is such a freaking W. And what we're doing immediately is we are going to try to trade up with the Tennessee Titans here. Try to get the 2nd pick because I have somebody else I want to bring to New Orleans. If we can pull this off, brother, this is going to be so insane. I'm willing to do literally whatever it takes here, dude. So 4 to go up to 2. We have a 2nd. We have multiple 3rds. Let me just see if the 1 3rd-round pick is enough, and it's not. Honestly, at this point, dude, would they take something from the future? Like a 3rd from 2027? Is this enough? No. Kendre Miller. Like, I don't need him anymore. He's on a 1-year deal. I could draft his replacement here. Devin Neal's our starter. What if we threw him into the deal and I don't think it budged? Unfortunately, fellas, I think the only way to see this through is if we do go ahead and trade away one of those, the 1 2nd-round pick that we have. Which, to be fair, it's a late 2nd-rounder anyway. I don't want to do that. I'd rather trade away both the 3rds from this year. I mean, that would kind of screw up our depth, but I mean, who cares about depth at this point? We're trying to win Super Bowl, so that's declined. This is actually a crazy haul they're asking for. They need a quarterback. They want Spencer Rattler by chance? I don't. I mean, this could be where I trade away Tyler Shuck, but I wanted to keep him in case I can get a good player for him. I mean, I could go ahead and trade away one of these receivers, because you'll see why if we can see this deal through. Deion Burks, youngster, maybe they want him, and that's not doing anything. Let's do it. Let's go like a 2028 2nd-round pick. Surely this is enough. Trade still to freaking Klein, dude. This is nuts. How about a 4th from 2028? Is that enough? No? Now, what if I threw in Kendre Miller? There it is. Oh my God, that actually ended up being so much more difficult than what I expected. But now the Saints are right back on the clock. And oh my God, what a pairing this is about to be, boys. We are about to pair Arch Manning up with one of the best, genuinely, a generational wide receiver prospect. You don't, like, that term gets thrown around way too much, but Jeremiah Smith is probably the best wide receiver prospect we've seen in the last 10, 15 years. That's insane to say with all the good prospects that have been coming out. But this guy, I don't care what his combine says, he is going to be, I mean, like, he's probably going to step in as wide receiver 1 over Chris Olave, even with the numbers he's put up. But Jeremiah Smith Welcome to New Orleans, brother, and he is the #1 ranked player. We get him at #2. We are about to break the NFL. And don't forget, dude, we also picked #6 coming up. So unfortunately, the dream's over. We can't also take Ryan Williams because the Bears still went 3. The Titans went wide receiver at 4, got TJ Moore. I'm not gonna lie, Jalen Mbakwe would have been an incredible pick at 5, but the Giants got him. I really also need corner, but I don't think there's any other good corners. Dylan Stewart here would be insane. Now, I don't, unfortunately, know where he would start at, dude. Like, Robinson is a cornerback that I really probably desperately need. I just have no idea if he's good or not. But can I really pass up on a talent, dude, like Dylan Stewart? Like, I don't know where he played, like I said, but we'll find a way for a guy to get on the field that is as good as Dylan Stewart. So he is going to be the selection. Another generational player. He's a 10th ranked player in True Value. Got him at 6. Boy, I am over the moon with the start of this draft. Like, oh my gosh, 3 All-Pros we have gotten in the top 6 picks. Now, let me actually go one by one here and see if there's any possible way that I could potentially trade back up, maybe to like pick #10 and get that cornerback. I don't think, let's see, if we look at the draft board, when is he projected to go? Like, he is maybe like around pick 14. Fabian Brown from Alabama is also really, really good. There's another really good wide receiver in Cam Coleman down in pick 24. Let's see what happens here with the next few picks. Dolphins got him. God dang it. Screw it, dude. Let's just go ahead, simulate to pick #25. Fabian Brown went #10, so that's really, really unfortunate. I was hoping he was going to fall too. So the one thing we did not get here was a really good cornerback, unless there's one actually on the board at this point, which there's not another good cornerback pick until Kayan Lee out of Auburn. But like, to be fair with how bad we do need cornerback, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to reach on one here, even if they're just kind of mid, just to make sure nobody else gets them. Only 2 guys that's projected to go in the first round at the cornerback position. Kobe Black's actually really, really slow for a corner. I mean, he has about the same ratings as the other option in Kayan Lee. I mean, he has more Bs. His play rec sucks, though. What the frick do I do, man? I need corner bad. You know what? If they're a bust, they're a bust. Let's do it here. Kayan Lee, you're going to be a selection. Just don't be completely terrible. Comes in, hey, not that bad, actually. 24th in True Value. Got him at 25. He has normal dev, though. There's always one of those. Don't fret, though, fellas. We have ourselves another 2 first-round picks coming up. Now, I'm not going to lie. I have no idea. I have no freaking idea who we'd even take here, but we're going to take somebody. Now, I do know we really need a backup running back. I just don't know if taking one here is the move. I mean, right now, if we're actually trying to compete next year, we need to pick for need. So, Caden Durham, you're going to be the pick. Again, this might be like a big flop, but like, what else are we going to pick at this point? 9th ranked player. I genuinely had no idea. Hidden Development 2, oh my god, what an absolute banger of a freaking pick. Let's see if we can follow it up with another banger here with the last pick in the first round. I know we need offensive line depth really bad. I just don't know if there's any good offensive linemen in this class. This Bo guy looks good. A bunch of A's from the surface. Now, this guy out of Notre Dame still sitting here. He's the only projected first-round player left, but unfortunately, that means he might be a stinker. It might be worth it in case he did fall. I mean, he has a lot of A's, dude. Like, a really good pass blocker, but looks like he's a sucky run blocker. But you know what? Screw it. Like, in terms of what he could be, I think it's worth the pick. And Oni is going to come in as a 6th-ranked player. I swear to you, I had absolutely no idea about any of these picks. Oh my god, that honestly might be, I know we had like 6 first-round picks, that kind of skews it. That might be the best draft I've ever had in my life, and we're not done yet. We still have a 2nd-round pick here. I mean, there's so many good receivers. But the thing is, though, like, we already have a decent receiver room now. Like, I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to add another one, but I want to make sure I get the best available player that can help our team one way or another next year. And honestly, I might try to do what I did last time. This Deshaun Spears guy is a projected 1st-round pick. He fell here for a reason. He's probably not even close to a 1st-round pick talent, but here at the end of the 2nd round, again, my logic behind this pick is that it's just worth taking a shot. Like, it worked the first time he did this. Hopefully, he's not completely terrible. He's the 43rd ranked player, and we got him at 60. Hidden development 2. I don't know why he's still sitting here. Like, we don't need strong safety at all, but best player available at this point. So with this dude, Deshaun is a dub. I am so insanely excited to see what the heck that class's overall is. I legitimately think we might have gotten 5 players as rookies over 70 overall. Here we freaking go, dude. Let's see what just went down. Arch Manning, a 77. Jeremiah Smith, a 79. Dylan Stewart, a 76. Caden Lee, like the worst pick in the draft, 74 overall. Caden Durham, 77. Anthony Knapp, 77. And Deshaun Spears, a 73. To be fair, that is like 2027 is one of the best draft classes you could possibly get. So, like, there's a lot of good players, so don't think it's just me. Oh, that Ellis Robinson guy, I see I should have traded up for him. 77 rated is nuts. I needed that bad. But, dude, I just think, honest to God, with the draft class we just put together, if we won 13 games a year ago with this team, you add these players to the squad, and I'm telling you, there's a good chance we're Super Bowl bound. So before we do anything else going into this next season, first things first, we're going to go ahead and make Arch Manning our starting quarterback. That leaves a really big question here, what we do with Tyler Shuck. I mean, 77 overall, star development quarterback. And with the numbers that he put up last year, he probably has some pretty good value on him. Like, it wouldn't be terrible to keep him as a backup quarterback, but at the same time, there is one glaring need, I believe, in this entire team. Offensive line is great. Got a superstar young tight end now. I mean, an insane wide receiver room and a really good 1-2 punch at running back. But on defense, defensive line, great. Linebacker core, great. The only position I really feel like we need to upgrade this team at is at the cornerback position. So if you could trade Tyler Shuck for a potential lockdown corner, I'm telling you guys, we are Super Bowl bound. I never said, guys, that we couldn't trade for players in season, so let's see what offers we get for Tyler Shuck here. Any good cornerbacks on the market? Alec Austin, you're not going to do. Like, surely there's got to be a team out there super interested in him, like the Cleveland Browns. That's the first green interest I think I've ever seen on Madden 25. What are the odds I could finesse them, since this is a quarterback, and I could get both Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome at the same time? Although, Denzel Ward's cap hit is $30 million. I don't know if that fits. We could try to get Maxwell Harrison. Let's see if there's another team that also has green interest in old Tyler Shuck here. Nope, like literally, the Browns are the only team. So, like, do I do it? Like, I just don't know if I want to take on a $30 million cap hit from Denzel Ward. Like, it just doesn't fit our theme. Which I guess at this point, since we haven't signed any free agents, we have a ton of cap room, so I could possibly do it. Like, maybe I could get a Mason Graham here. I just have no idea how they value Tyler Shuck here, since they have green interest. I haven't seen that all season long. Let's just see. I just want to submit it through and see what they say, and it's actually in the green. Oh my freaking God. Holy crap, we are about to make this happen one way or another. Now, at receiver, Bub Means, like, you have been great for us, brother, but you're gone if we can make this deal happen. Isaiah Foskey, we have Dylan Stewart ahead of you now. Like, I appreciate all your effort, but I'm going to try to get this insane trade to be accepted here. And it got a little bit closer. So I didn't want to have to trade away a future draft pick, but if that's what it takes to see this deal through, I think it's 100% worth it if it gets us a Super Bowl. Now, let's do it, I think. Let's just go ahead, pull the trigger here, brother. Let's throw in a future third. Let's do it. And I think this should be enough. Close. Let's do a 6th and a 7th in this upcoming draft, which we hopefully will not have to do because we'll win the Super Bowl, submit it through, and we just pick up a massive haul. So I think it's safe to say the old quarterback room is a little bit deeper now, which I think what we need to do is let the youngsters get some playing time, and I could just go ahead and trade away Jack Jones for another pick. So just like that, from the Atlanta Falcons, we send Jack Jones, a 4th round pick, and 2 guys I've never heard of before for a 2nd. All right, boys, here goes freaking nothing. We're going to go ahead and simulate the playoffs of this upcoming season, and I will be shocked and I will be saddened if everything we just did doesn't lead us to another. I don't even care if we get a 1st round bye. Just make sure we are back in the playoffs, because again, if we can win 13 games with this team, we should easily be winning 10 plus this year. Huh? No, absolutely freaking not. Nope, not believing it, not believing this dumb game, brother. So you are telling me This team right here that is an 89 overall across the board won the same amount of games as this team did. I am not gonna lie, man. I'm a little disappointed. I have got to go do some in-depth analysis and see what happened. We just won 13 games a year ago. I mean, offense was decent. Defense fell backwards for some reason. I mean, Art had a really good season. Like, I'm sure he won Rookie of the Year at these numbers. On the ground, there's your culprit, dude, Devin. Like, what? We've got to get better. He's an 85 rated running back. There's no reason he should be only running for 3.4 yards per carry. We might have to draft his replacement. Like, even Caden Durham wasn't good. Okay, 2 1,000-yard receivers, incredible. Like, maybe Jeremiah Smith from Rookie of the Year. Chris Olave, 600 yards, 15 touchdowns. Tommy Castellanos with a good season. Oscar Delp, good year. And defensively, yeah, I don't know why there's such a big discrepancy in the sack numbers. Like, that is so absolutely weird to me. But we just weren't as good this year, I guess. I don't know. So Arch did win Rookie of the Year with Jeremiah Smith right behind him. Unfortunately, we didn't have anybody get Defensive Rookie of the Year votes. You know what, dude? I just want to get out of this tainted season as fast as possible. I want to go through another draft, get some good players. Hopefully, our youngsters can continue to progress, and next year will be the year we actually compete for a Super Bowl, because this year was just an anomaly. It was stupid. And progression-wise, nothing really changed. We did have Knapp here up to a superstar as a backup offensive lineman. Maybe we need to get him some starting playing time. Maybe go ahead and trade away Ruiz here, who should be going down in overall here soon. Defensively, 3 changes as Chase Young now an X Factor, Caleb Downs now an X Factor, and Sanker up to a superstar. And it looks like our old Denzel Ward experiment didn't really pan out. He's already way down to an 83, so he might be another guy I need to trade away next season. Great game freaking draft board is bugged, but here in the draft, we do get pick number 7 since we had such a bad season. Bunch of quarterbacks on the board, but obviously we're not going quarterback. Really don't know who to go with. Honestly, I'm just going to go with the best player I find. And that might be this receiver here from Ole Miss. Like, we don't necessarily need a receiver, but again, it's all about best player available. Let's do it, dude. Caleb. Let's get Chris Olave, Jeremiah Smith, Caleb Cunningham in the same wide receiver room. He is going to come in as the 6th best player. Got him at 7. That is actually incredible value. Bryce Underwood just went at 38, which is nuts. Now, let's see if we can find some decent value with our first of 2 second-round picks coming up. I want to see if there's any good cornerbacks here. We have Adonis Curry, top guy on the board. I mean, every rating that he needs to be good is good. After Denzel Ward already regressed quite a bit. I mean, we need another good corner. So, Adonis, don't be stinky. I did this kind of, whoa. He didn't even look that good. Hidden development too? I guess I'm not asking questions. Surely I would not get as lucky with my second pick in the second round, right? It's not happening again, I promise you. Okay, guys, hear me out for a second. Hear me out. It's all about trying to win next season at this point, right? I think I'm going to take Russell here and use him as trade bait. Call me a moron, but I think that's the best course of action here. And he's the 44th ranked player. As long as he has hidden dev, we're about to get him. We're about to get somebody incredible in return. Didn't even realize I have a 3rd round pickup coming. I mean, that was great value for a quarterback pick in the freaking 2nd round. This is our last pick here in this draft, so we've got to make sure we get ourselves a beast. Maybe go running back, because we could always use some decent running back depth. Charmar Brown, I mean, he's the top guy on the board. Last time I did this, saw a position I wanted to draft, took the top guy on the board. Was a pretty good pick. So Charmar had a good name, and he's not good. I mean, I honestly has in development, so that's okay, but I was honestly due for a complete stinker. What is that tie, brother? I mean, only having 4 picks, that is actually an incredible draft class. I thought this guy was going to be like an 80 overall. I guess he was just tied for 2nd highest rated, because there's a lot of guys probably 77. But fellas, that's just another absolute banger draft class from yours truly. But before we get into this next season, boys, you best believe I have some moves I want to make this team as good as humanly possible. I mean, we're an 88 overall team, dude. We should obviously be winning more than 5 games. Why does it say wide receivers my top need? Dumb game. I mean, look at this receiver room. This is such a stupid game. I would just like to say that we started as the brokest team. Now that title's held by the Lions. I'm disappointed, not gonna lie, because there's not a single team out there interested in a young 73rd overall hidden development rookie quarterback. I thought there'd be at least one team. You guys were just curious what I was trying to do. I'm trying to get ourselves a superstar running back. I feel like that is obviously the weak link in this team. And Ashton Genty is just sitting there on the Arizona Cardinals, by the way. So I'm not gonna lie, I might try this. Ashton Genty. Oh, they can't afford it. So let's take out Denzel Ward. It's about to do the quarterback straight up. Not even close. Oh, it's so unfortunate. So many weird things in this game. Najee Harris, by the way, 79 overall running back, X Factor at the age of 30, nuts. Breece Hall is probably the best bet. Now, I don't know if this is going to be even close. About halfway. Now, I do know another player that we could potentially trade away since we have that youngster is old Cesar Ruiz. This superstar guy, he's ready to play now. Ruiz is going to go down in overall every season. Barely bumped it up, dude. My God. I don't want to trade away my first. Would it be worth it, though? Would it be worth it if we get ourselves a potential superstar running back to hopefully help lead us to a Super Bowl? Before I spend a potential top 10 pick according to the game, let's see if I can get the better running back option. And that is none other than Bijan Robinson right here. So let's just see how close this is. And oh my God, did not expect that. Well, fellas, I think it is safe to say we are now ready for the season. Like, there's just absolutely no way. I refuse to believe there is a chance this team does not make it back to the playoffs. Like, as an 89 overall team, 91 offense, 88 defense, especially when you consider almost every single player on this team is just going to slowly but surely progress because they're all young. Like, we should be competing for a Super Bowl. You know what, brother? To make up for last season, we better go 17-0 here. At bare minimum, a first round bye. Please. 13-4 for the second time in 3 seasons. Again, don't know what happened last year. I told you guys we deserved it, and we earned it. Should have beat the Panthers here, lost by 1. Like, literally every loss that we have is by less than a touchdown. We finished the season taking down the 49ers 49-28. Surely, brother, this is going to be the season we bring the Saints to a Super Bowl. Finally led the NFL, the league's #1 offense. It's about time we held that title. Defensively, we were top 5, came in 3rd. Arch Manning, take a freaking bow, son. Exactly why I wanted you with the #1 pick. Like, he had to have won MVP. 5,000 yards, 54 touchdowns, only 8 picks. On the ground, Bijan honestly didn't do nearly as good as what I thought. At least we get to see Devin Neal average over 5 yards per carry for the first time. Really, like, I don't understand. Why did Bijan only have 4 yards per carry? Through the air, Chris Olave almost had 2,000 yards. Like, what in the world, dude? 22 touchdowns. Caleb Cunningham actually outperformed Jeremiah Smith by a large margin. And defensively, I think we got back to our ways. Mateo, 14 sacks. Chase Young, 13. Rice with his best season by 4. A little disappointed in Dylan Stewart, like he's barely getting any playing time. Also been a little disappointed with Harold Perkins. Let's see, MVP goes to Arch Manning, who will also hopefully win the Super Bowl this season. Brother, what can a man do? Like, what? I cannot win Coach of the Year with Andy Reid existing. Like the Chiefs win it every year. Like, you got to give me some credit every now and then. We make that up with an Offensive Player of the Year. Arch Manning came in 5th somehow. Defensive Player of the Year, ooh, we had Mateo come in 8th. What about Offensive Player of the Year? Goes to Caleb Cunningham. Defensive Player of the Year, we didn't have anybody in the running. But screw the individual accolades at this point, brother. It is all about clinching the Super Bowl. We can get revenge on Andy Reid by beating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Alright, so most importantly, who do we get in this divisional round matchup? We get the Minnesota Vikings, so we surely should be able to beat. Come on, brother. I want a dominant, like 50-0 win here to punch our ticket into our first conference championship of the day. We've made it against the 49ers, and that matchup makes me so absolutely freaking happy, dude, because as you guys already saw, week 18 of the regular season, we beat the 49ers by 21 points away from home, dude. So surely we'll be able to beat them again here at home this time to advance into our first Super Bowl of the day. And I feel like with everything we've gone through, it is so well deserved at this point. And we get the Cincinnati Bengals as we finally have made it to the Super Bowl. 17-point dub, and too bad we don't get the Chiefs. But honestly, dude, I am not surprised whatsoever with the team that we have built. Arch Manning is going the frick off right now. Bijan not doing as well as what I thought he was going to do for us. Chris Olave, though, oh my God, chef's kiss, brother. Now, surely we don't let Joe Burrow and the Bengals spoil our party, right? Everything we've worked towards today comes down to this. Please, dear God, get off to a fast start here. We start the football, big first down, going a little bit backwards, and unfortunately, no points on drive #1. Now, defense come up big. Get a first down. Oh, God, they're going to score a touchdown. We're going to go down 7-0, aren't we? Yep, just like that, dude. Joe Burrow to Barryon Brown. All right, it's time for us to answer, dude. It's time for us to answer. Oh, my God, we got lucky here. Penalty versus DJ Turner. Thank you. Well, that's not what I like to see. I swear I thought I had injuries off. Well, obviously, he's dropping the football. He's hurt. God, dude, we got a punt again. Are we about to go down 14-0? No, thank God, thanks to our defense. Please, 3rd and 7. What is going on with our offense right now, dude? This is not the defensive battle I was expecting. I was expecting fireworks. I was expecting 40 points at halftime. Arch Manning versus Joe Burrow. And we can't get past midfield. I say that, we finally do. Thank God. Come on. Please, let's finish this drive with 6. Thank God. Caleb Cunningham making up for that earlier drop to make this bad boy 7-all. Going into halftime, because the Bengals do get the football here. And that is what I am freaking talking about, brother. Deshaun Spears, by the way, the guy that fell all the way, I think, to the end of the 2nd round. Supposed to be a 1st-round pick. Coming up huge, showing all those teams that passed on them that they're morons. So surely, we got to finish this drive off with point. Arch Manning to Oscar Delp, 27-yard tutty as the Saints have the lead. Hopefully our defense can continue to play good football here, and I say that, and the Bengals now driving down the field. Hold them out of the end zone, please, 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 please. Bengals tie things up. British Brooks, by the way, they're fullback, whoever that is. Oh, God, going into the 4th quarter, we have got to put up points to regain this lead. I do not want to go, like, down in the 4th quarter. That's just way too stressful for my heart right now. And look at Bijan. Had a stinky season coming over New Orleans, but coming up big when it matters the most. As you know, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Now it's time for one of those big-time plays to be made by our defense here. Another interception would be golden. I called it. That is insane, actually. That is crazy work. Danny Stutzman on cue. Come on, let's finish this bad boy up right here. Let's punch this in and bring the New Orleans Saints to a Super Bowl. Caleb Cunningham for the 2nd time today. They pick it up. It's got to be a GG, right? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. They scored. Surely not, though, right? Surely not. GG, as it has finally been completed. Yours truly has brought the New Orleans Saints, the poorest team in the NFL, negative cap space and all, 99.9% only through the NFL draft. We have brought the Saints back to the pinnacle of the NFL. This is a proud moment, dude, with how bad the Saints are right now. I have to say to their fans, like, soak this in, because virtually it's going to be the only way you can see this for a long time. Now, if you enjoyed that wild rebuild, you can click right here to watch an even wilder one where I have to fix the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, you know what you guys can fix? The fact that you haven't clicked that subscription button yet.